go to the last of the ninth. Score, Brooklyn 2, Phillies 1. And Bobby Morgan, who probably is thinking of the time that he, earlier this season, belted this fellow for a home run.
The seats seemed very close together, and people seemed to be close together. It was a wonderful feeling. It was going out to the ballpark always meant bright, sunny, warm weather. It was summer. It was the thing that everybody did. Anybody that asked where did we want to go, it was out to Shibe Park, of course.
Swing, line drive, left field, base hit. It's rolling away from the bullpen. Amorose falls. Here's Morgan digging for second.
It was excellently kept. There was a great pride in it for the people of Philadelphia and for the Shibes and Connie Mack. They were all very proud of the great field that it was, and the park, as it was called, the Shibe Park.
The tying run is at second with nobody out in the last of the ninth inning on the sixth hit off Newcomb, and Hamner has just finished a conference with Mayo Smith.
I saw Babe Ruth there. The first time I ever saw him was at Shibe Park. I remember loving to watch Ruth when he was out at fielding. I loved the way he caught the ball. It was great.
1-1. Swing, line drive, right field, base hit. I don't think Morgan can score. He's being held at third.
It's just a very good baseball field, and that's what it was built for, and that's where great games were held.
Now, the tying run is at second, the lead run at first. There's nobody out, and the batter is Del Ennis.
Shibe Park for baseball was just one of the great parks for the game, for the national pastime in America.
Swing and a miss. Strike one.
It was mostly men, of course, but an awful great many girls and women loved to go to the ball games. And the great national heroes were the ball players. I mean, they were tops in those days.
35,444. The biggest crowd of the year at Connie Mack Stadium are glancing on a classic pitchers duel, on which the Phillies at the moment are trailing 2-1 in the last of the ninth.
The thing about Shibe Park was it wasn't like a stadium. I don't like the word stadium, and I don't think even Connie Mack would have liked the old park to be called Connie Mack Stadium. It was Shibe Park, and it was home to all Philadelphia people that loved baseball. There weren't any night games.
Newcomb studies, working on the hitter and the hitter alone, stretches, kicks, fires. Ground ball to the mound. They throw to second base. Wild throw! Here comes Bobby Morgan. Wild throw. All hands safe. The game is tied.
Practically everybody went out to Shibe Park. It was just the way it was. And it was funny. It was bright sunshine and hot and perspiry, and there were cokes and hot dogs, and everybody seemed to know everybody. And I remember one time...
There's Willie Jones with a winning run at third, the infield in, the outfield in.
The old green grass and the bringing out of the work crew, the seventh inning, to scrape the infield.
Pitch to Jones. Long left field, fair or foul. Foul ball by 5 feet into the stands in left field.
Usually we're sitting so we could see the pitchers warming up, over in the bullpen. That was exciting because we saw all the great pitchers of the day. I'm not good at remembering.
Swing and a foul, and Willie is gone for broke. Strike two.
All the billboards around with all the advertising and the scoreboard high, it was intimate. You didn't feel it was a wide open space. It was a great ballpark. It was more of a feeling than anything else.
No balls, 2 strikes on Jones. Newcomb set in the stretch.
He wound up, and it took a long time, and he struck 1, and he struck 2, and there were a couple of men on base, and you could hear the groan going all over the stands. And the ball came again, and he gave it a good swat, and it cracked, and he was more surprised than anybody in the park.
Swing, base hit. Here comes Hamner, and the ball game is over. The Phillies win 3-2, and Roberts gets his 20th. Listen.
It's a sad thing to have to say goodbye to Shibe Park. Whatever's built there should be named in the proper way to bring the memory of Shibe Park, the Shibes and Connie Mack forever in the minds of Philadelphians and baseball enthusiasts.
And to say goodbye to Connie Mack is to say goodbye to Shibe Park. They were almost an inseparable pair, weren't they?